I hope you guys are really noticing what you're about to watch. I think somewhere in the middle of this year, they were talking about, this is, maybe even at the beginning of the year, they were talking about possibly allocating maybe 1 to 5% of your portfolio, your retirement portfolio, maybe your investment portfolio into crypto. Just dabble in it, play with it. That's what advisors are going to be recommending. That's how they started. And then I started hearing this 10% idea, maybe a month or two ago. Now this guy on what is that, CNBC? What is that? Let's see what network it is. Yeah, it's CNBC. Yeah. This is Tom Lee, I think, yeah. And he's now talking about as much as 20%. Clarity Act is on its way. ISO 20022 mandatory this month. QE coming into play, quantitative easing. Interest rates going down. Liquidity starting to hit the market. And now it's 20% from the summer, or from spring of this year to now. It went from 1 to 5% all the way down to 20%. Yeah, they don't want to look like they don't know what they're doing. They don't want to look like they missed the boat, or they weren't as smart as they want you to think they are. So they don't want to be told, oh, well, you didn't say anything. How, you didn't know. No, I said something. Yeah, when? Way at the back end. The opportunity to buy into these coins when they were cheaper was months ago, right? Or maybe just a month or two ago, or a couple of weeks ago, or last year when XRP was just 50 cents. Last year, they weren't even mentioning in any allocation into crypto because there was no Clarity Act. Why? We had that corrupt presidency, that phony president. We still had the lawsuit sort of like not completely squared away last year. So there was still a lot up in the air, and the legacy systems were still fighting to maintain control. But that's over with now. Things have changed, and see how quickly they change their story. Now, this guy right here is a Bitcoin maxi. He's right about the allocation part. He's right that now advisors are going to recommend a lot of this. Why? Because they can make money on crypto too now. And now there's going to be instruments like these ETFs where regular investors, some of the boomers, for example, and maybe even my generation, they're just more familiar with ETFs. These are market instruments. They can go down to Schwab and Fidelity and Vanguard and Merrill and wherever they want to go, right? Wherever they buy their securities, and they can go buy through there. That makes sense. And the advisor there, the representative there, they're going to make a commission on these deals now. So now it's like, hey guys, this is great. Now crypto is great. Now that I can put a few dollars in my pocket, now it's great. Now it makes sense. Now I can make the connection in my mind. This stuff was obvious years ago, folks. And it's obvious, not just because